Joanne Jones here to take you through the week that was on HRTV. On Across the Board, trainer Christophe Clement discussed Gio Ponti's chances for an Eclipse Award.
I think he's got to be the best horse I've ever trained. I never had the chance to train a champion before, so without a doubt, he will be #1 today.
Speaking of the Eclipse Awards, do you have a feel, do you have a sense for both divisions, Turf Division and then the older handicap division?
I just think he's the only horse who's won 4 Grade 1 on the grass this year in North America, so he obviously should be a leading contender. And I don't know what is the controversy about grass, dirt or artificial surfaces for the champion older horse, but yet again I believe he's the only older horse who has won 4 Grade 1.
You know, with the year that he's had too, it was certainly a step up from his year in 2008. What do you think the biggest difference was as he grew up from 08 to 09?
I'm a slow learner, I just figured it out lately. No, I think he has been improved all the time, from 2 to 3 and 3 to 4, but he was a very nice horse last year. He won the Virginia Derby, he won the Jamaica, he won major races. He was very unlucky when he got beat. He was when he raced in a race like you got to Manhattan there, I guess.
Did you see him mature physically as he got older as well?
Without a doubt, he's a much stronger horse today than what he used to be.
Easy traveling horse?
Yeah, very much so. And this was a pretty impressive race we're watching there when he came from way off the pace to win the Manhattan, which was his 2nd Grade 1 after winning the Kilometer Mile.
And Christophe, after a horse has a year like this, from what we've seen with other big horses, it's so easy for the connections to say, let's retire him, let's cash in now. What went into the decision to keep him racing in 2010?
I think you got a few reasons. First of all, the owner Shane Ryan really enjoys racing, which is great for all of us. Number 2, the economic today, it's not quite as easy to retire a horse as a stallion today than what it was a few years ago. And he's obviously he's sound, and he's a very nice horse, and he's got the potential to win a lot of money, to earn a lot of money as a racehorse.
HRTV was on location to capture every moment of the 2010 Eclipse Awards.
The 2-year-old colt or gelding is Looking at Lucky.
Well, I think it's an honor for the horse and for the the owners, and it just I think he's well deserving. He ran hard, and even though we missed that one little. Could have won the Breeders' Cup with him, but he showed up every time. My wife Jill, she always asks Bodie who's the best horse in the barn. He's supposed to say Misremembered, that's her horse. He always says Looking at Lucky because, and we asked him why. He says because every time he runs, we go to the winner's circle, and that's why he got champion.
This is the ribbon on the box. Everything that we worked for last year with Summerbird and everything that he's done. It's nice to see that he's acknowledged at the end of the year as champion 3-year-old colt. Well, I never want to be too optimistic about things. You can be humbled very quickly. So, we felt good coming out here, but you just never know. You're not in control of it. So, we were hoping everything that he'd done this year had warranted enough for an Eclipse Award. Right now, we have him walking. He's at my barn at Oaklawn Park, and we're just taking it day to day. But everything looks good. The prognosis, we took another X-ray last week, and everything looks great. So he's on the road to recovery.
Any idea when he might make it back to the track?
We'll reevaluate him around March the 1st, just to that'll be a 3-month period after the operation. And see if we need to give him another month or if we can go on with him from that point.
And the winner for the 2009 Eclipse Award for Best Jockey is the 2006 Outstanding Apprentice Jockey, Julien Leperoux.
Well, obviously, all year we've been good, but the Breeders' Cup top all of it. Winning 3 Breeders' Cup this year was wonderful, and I always forget to mention to thank my agent Steve Bass over there at the podium, but he's been doing a very good job for me, and I'm very pleased and been lucky all year. It's been good.
We have so many people and things to thank. First off, I just want to tell Mr. Jackson we appreciate all his comments and agree with him 100%. And thank you so much in presenting that case. And we're with you all the way, and we're looking forward to competing this year as well. And hopefully, let's make sure the fans enjoy it, and everybody gets as big a kick out of racing as we do. Thank you. And I want to first thank all the fans, even that nice lady in the back from before. We get letters every day, we get poems, we get drawings. This horse has meant so much to so many people that it's just been awesome to be around her, awesome to be a part of her, and humbled by being able to own her.
The Eclipse Award for the 2009 Horse of the Year Rachel Alexandra.
I can't say I didn't expect it. At the same time, I knew it was going to be very close. When you compare the two, they're different worlds apart. One's 3-year-old, one's an older mare. They both did extraordinary things. And I think in the short term, looking at it without total reflection, I believe probably Rachel's campaign was more challenging, and I think that fact, even though there's a good deal of emotion on both sides, probably carried the day with the media and the people who really know racing. That doesn't mean that Zenyatta's not capable of doing what she did in the Breeders' Cup, which was an outstanding race. And I think next year you'll see both of them perform quite well. You try, you plan, but it's a day-to-day thing. You work hard, and the team hopes, and we keep challenging, and she keeps telling us she can do more. Rachel developed and defined herself as a true champion last year.
What a special moment, you know. I can't say enough about what a great mare she is and stuff. The year that she's had and everything that came together, and it's extremely important. And for Mr. Jackson and the whole team to have Horse of the Year 3 years in a row and to be a part of that is an amazing run. We were fortunate to get Rachel about halfway through the season. Hal Wiggins and his staff did an incredible job with her, and she carried us along. That she is that special, and we're very proud of her. What a special run we've been on, and how enjoyable racing's been to me and my whole family, and to just think about the things that we've been fortunate enough and be blessed to have happened to us the last few years is tremendous. And with Rachel being back in training, you just expect more good things.
On race day, trainer Tom McCarthy explained his decision to run general quarters in the Louisiana Handicap.
Tom, over the course of that time off from May 16th to December 26th, when he returned to racing going 3/4, at what point did you finally see a change in his attitude, or did you see a change in his attitude telling you, okay, he's ready to start training once again?
Well, I tell you what, after we took the chip out, we put him on an exerciser for 30 days. And when I got him back to Churchill Downs, I started going very easy with him, just, jogging him and this and that. And he just was a tiger. He'd come back, and he was getting rough just to even walk. So I would increase his training little by little, and he's come back. He's matured. He knows what he's doing now, and well, let me just put it this way. He's just training very well, and he's a wonderful horse to work with in the stall. I spend a lot of time with him since he's the only horse I have down here, and got him looking nice anyway. But we'll see how he does. I wouldn't have really put him in this race without one more race going a little longer after that sprint, but he trained so well, and then he breathed so well for it. I just went ahead and said, well, let's see what he can do.
Well, we're looking forward to it, that's for sure. Tomorrow is part of a big day of stakes racing.
Race fans got just what they wanted as Frisian Fire and General Quarters battled down the stretch in the Louisiana Handicap.
And they're off in the Louisiana Handicap. Here's Frisian Fire. Fundy up between horses, both Secret Getaway and Corgal Cat. General Quarters holds the rail. And the tenacious winner, Good and Lucky, is last to the turn where Frisian Fire's in front. Frisian Fire leads General Quarters, who's close up. Secret Getaway right there, too. Good and Lucky comes through inside of Corgal Cat, and Fundy is 3 wide as they round the first turn. Schomburg Rahan trying to slow affairs down with Frisian Fire. Frisian Fire taken in hand to lead Secret Getaway, who's close up, and General Quarters right at the heels of the leader. And the leader is Frisian Fire through an opening quarter in 24-3. Fundy is now fourth with 5 furlongs to go. Then Good and Lucky and Corgal Cat trails. It's 7 lengths from leader to last, and the leader remains Frisian Fire. So Frisian Fire shoulders the load. Secret Getaway is close up at the half-mile pole. General Quarters third, then Fundy, Good and Lucky, and Corgal Cat. Half mile for Frisian Fire, 48-2. Going into the far turn, Frisian Fire by 3/4 of a length. Brian Hernandez Jr. has Secret Getaway right there in a position to challenge at the 5/16. General Quarters now eases off the rail for Robbie Alvarado, and Fundy floated 4 deep down the shadow of the quarter pole. Good and Lucky still has 4 lengths to find, and Corgal Cat is last into the stretch. 3/4 for Frisian Fire, 1:12-1. So Frisian Fire's made every yard. Frisian Fire trying to see it out in the Louisiana Handicap and still holding General Quarters by 3. Frisian Fire kept on. General Quarters is fully extended. Good and Lucky has come to third. At the fairgrounds, Frisian Fire! Frisian Fire scores. Frisian Fire made all. General Quarters second, and Good and Lucky third, beaten by 8. Frisian Fire in 1:43 1/5 seconds.
The 2009 Rebel Stakes winner made a triumphant return to racing at Oaklawn Park.
The leader is Win Deal. The outside comes Win Willie. Between those two is Salty Langfew, and on the extreme outside, Maryland's Guy. The leader is Win Deal. Win Willie in the middle of the track. Maryland's Guy to the outside, a 16th to go. Win Willie opens up the lead now, and his outside Maryland's Guy trying to run him down, but Win Willie's going to win this one handily. 2.5 lengths will be the margin. Maryland's Guy finishing second.
Barbaro's little brother, Lentinor, broke his maiden at Gulfstream for trainer Michael Matz.
And John Velasquez is asking Lentinor for everything he's got, and they'll turn for home together. Lentinor cuts the corner. Rock America to the outside. Then it's Big Shot and Person of Interest, but it's Lentinor, and he's opening stride here. Lentinor in front by 5 as they come down to the wire. And Lentinor, Barbaro's little brother, does it.
Well, Michael Matz gets a very popular win with Lentinor. Mike, when you have all those people around the winner's circle all congratulating you, that's got to be kind of special.
That's a great feeling to know that such a great tribute to Barbaro.
Talk about this horse in particular. Was there anything that reminded you of him, of Barbaro, his brother, or anything that told you that you think he's going to be a nice horse?
Well, he's trained like a nice horse all along, and it just seems like it's a great match with the Dynaformer and La Ville Rouge, and he's trained well. The big thing with this family is that you just have to wait till they're mature enough, and even John said that he ran like a big boy, but he was acted like a little boy. He's still very immature.
After the race, one of the first things I think you said to John Velasquez was he got something out of that race, didn't he? Talk about what you meant by that.
Well, I think he'll learn a lot from this race, and the experience is really what he needs right now, and he's just, it's a great horse to have, and it's a lot of fun.
Where would you go from here now?
Well, we'll just see how he comes back, and then we'll decide whether it's a grass race or a dirt race. He does work well in the dirt, but we'll just have to wait and see what he comes back like.
During Maximum Horsepower, HRTV previewed the contenders for the Holy Bull Stakes.
Litigation Risk has turned back Alex LeGreat. Litigation Risk on the wire, 2.5 legs. And here comes Homeboy Chris! Homeboy Chris! the new 2-year-old star.
Williams Kitten inhaled every single horse from the 2-furlong pole to the wire. Williams Kitten rockets away from the field. This race was never in doubt.
It's Jackson Bend and Jeffrey Sanchez holding sway. Jackson Bend is going to do it. Jackson Bend sweeps the Florida Stallion Stakes.
HRTV brought you coverage of the Grade 3 Holy Bull Stakes from paddock to post.
Well, how has Williams Kitten been working in preparation for the Holy Bull?
He's been working outstanding since he's arrived in Florida. We're not too happy with the distance, but we need to get a start somewhere and more or less using this race to look further down the road.
Marty, what was the thought behind adding blinkers for the Holy Bull?
Well, in a few of his races, he hung a little bit. I had talked to Eddie after the race against Buddy Saint, and then I talked to Leparoux last time, and he thought that he ran very good, but he ran spotty. And I had worked him with blinkers in the summertime, and it helped him a lot. But I really don't like to put blinkers on young horses, so I think now's the time.
Kent DeSorma was on him for his last work, and you were really pleased with that. What did Kent have to say?
Yeah, no, I think Kent felt like right where we picked up off at the Breeders' Cup, the horse breezed in 101, galloped out in 11 and change. We got the 3/4 in 112 and change, and it was just a super breeze. And Kent came back and said, you know, he's ready to run. I wouldn't do too much more with him. And the idea was to start off with this race at a mile and then move on.
Nick, with Jackson Bend being a relatively new horse in your barn, what do you feel like you found out about him going into the Holy Bull?
Well, I hope he found something out about me that at least I could take care of a horse, because he's pretty good on his own, obviously. He's 5 for 6, and it's exciting. You know, he's a local horse. You know, obviously did all his running at Calder, and now he's got to, you know, run against the better 3-year-olds, but so far so good. He's got a great reputation, and he's done everything right for us, and he's impressed us a lot. And I was glad that he drew outside tomorrow, going a mile, so you know, hopefully we'll have a big race, and we'll see what happens.
They're at the top of the stretch, and homeboy Chris turns for home in front. Jackson Bend on the outside. Winslow Homer has running room. And down on the inside is Thank You, Philippe. It's Jackson Bend. Winslow Homer on the inside. Winslow Homer and Jackson Bend at the 16th pole. Winslow Homer at the rail. Jackson Bend on the outside. Winslow Homer wins the Holy Bull.
I have some very happy connections of Winslow Homer, the winner of the Holy Bull. We'll start with trainer Tony Dutrow. And Tony lightly raced colt, but he sure showed some courage on the track today.
He did. We were so happy to see him in tight quarters bully his way through there. He doesn't have a great deal of experience, but he had enough to know what to do today. That was just super to watch.
And Tony was quick to say that the owner, behind every good horse, there's a great owner, and Rick Porter is the owner of Winslow Homer. It's an exciting position to be in this time of year with a nice 3-year-old, isn't it, Rick?
It really is, and we've been so fortunate the last 3 or 4 years. It's just a great feeling, and Tony's done a great job with this horse, and Ramon couldn't have done better today.
Now, I know Tom McGreevy works closely with Fox Hill in your stable, and you said he has to be here. He's the guy that helps get us here. What did you, Tony, see about, or Tom, I should say, see about this horse that you liked?
Well, he just fit all the categories we're looking for. You know, we try to buy the 2-turn horses because that's where all the prestige of money is. And, you know, he fit those categories. They're 2-turn horses that there's a lot of aspects to it. There's a lot of intangibles as well as you try to read into it. And as Rick knows, all of them don't turn out, but it's so exciting when they do turn out, though.
Well, I would ask the trainer, but I know the trainer usually defers to the owner, so I guess I'll ask you both. Where will we see Winslow Homer next?
Well, I think Tony's decided that we're going to the Fountain of Youth.
Fountain of Youth?
We're thinking of Fountain of Youth right now, yeah.
All right, in the meantime, enjoy the victory. Thanks. Congratulations.
Thank you.
Again, Winslow Homer wins the Holy Bull.
The 3-year-olds came out in New Orleans for the Grade 3 Lecomte Stakes.
Citrus Kid quickly opens up 2.5 lengths on the field. It's Citrus Kid in front by 3, and Citrus Kid is going to win the Dover.
Clearing away now, Maximus Ruler putting these previous winners to the sword. Racing up towards the line, Maximus Ruler, a maiden, no more.
but coming past the 16th pole. Here's Cool Bullet. Big Texas Daddy closing as the winning line looms in the Sugar Bowl for Cool Bullet.
16th left. Manchester Man all out to hold off Turf Melody. Here comes Kitty's turn. Down to the line of the springboard. Manchester Man and Turf Melody. Bobby Noses. Photo finish.
To make the top of this fairground stretch. 3/4, 1:12-1, just under a quarter to run. Cool Bullet. Cool Bullet up now to engage Maximus Ruler. Under pressure went to pole. Worley is at the rail in this final furlong. It's Maximus Ruler. Maximus Ruler is in front in the final 16th. Cool Bullet dead. Let's get it on, Mon. And Ron the Greek on the front outside for James Graham. Ron the Greek rolls under the wire in the LeCompte.
Racing returned to Santa Anita on Saturday and was capped off by an upset in the Palos Verdes.
To Quietly Mine. 5/16 to go. Eaton's Gift is taken on early by Kinsale King Ventana. 3 of them in a line now. Dancing in Silks in with a shot fourth, and Dancing in Silks coming after them now. Paul's Hope is right there. Supreme Summit running on late. They're at the top of the lane, wide open. Ventana. Kinsale King is right there. Dancing in Silks, Paul's Hope, and Supreme Summit extreme outside. Dancing in Silks coming gamely now. Ventana's still there, as is Kinsale King. Kinsale King at the rail. Ventana's right there. Dancing in Silks, but it's going to be Kinsale King all hot, and Kinsale King has won it. Ventana was second, Dancing in Silks third, and Supreme Summit finishes fourth.
He pulls off the upset and wins the grade 2, excuse me, Carl. Kinsale King, change of tactics a little bit today. Were you expecting that?
Yeah, you know, I told Martin and the paddock to kind of just take his time, be patient, and I worked the horse like 4 times between the last race, and we worked him with some rabbits in front of him, and so we were set for today. I was very confident.
He's now reeling off these wins, and he's becoming a more tactical horse as well. You know, where do you go from here?
I don't know. I promised Dr. Sheehy back in June that we'd be going to Dubai, and I think that's where we're heading.
I thought this might be the intentions. Congratulations. Enjoy the win.
Thank you. Appreciate it.
Carl O'Callahan.
On Saddle Battle, Scott caught up with Gary Studi to talk about Papa Clem's retirement from the track.
Just been one of those couple of days for Gary Studi, just chatting here with the retirement of Papa Clem and some horses not running up to expectations today here at Santa Anita. We'll talk about Papa Clem in a second. But how about Hot Damon? He found speed last time out. Is that his new game?
I'll tell you what, I had no idea he had that kind of speed. I have to give all the credit to Garrett Gomez. It was his idea.
What's he going to do here? What are you looking for?
I didn't tell him a thing. He was right last time, so I wasn't going to give him any instructions.
Has it been a tough 24 hours since the retirement of Papa Clem?
It's been pretty tough. Losing him just, broke my heart. And then I thought I ran a horse earlier today that couldn't lose. And in fact, I warned most people stay out of the first 2 rows because I might jump.
Well, I'll hold you back, and Peter Lurie's here with me, so we'll grab hold of you and not let you do that. But what was the timetable with Papa Clem? What was the ultimate decision? Just it was a situation where he was not going to come out of it 100%?
His ankle filled a little, and it filled a little in the past, but it always went down within a few days, and didn't go down. And so I x-rayed it, and my veterinarian said the bottom part of his sesamoid, a lot of it had just deteriorated, and he recommended retiring him. A cheaper horse I might have tried to bring back, but as good as he's been to me, I couldn't take a chance.
Did you talk to your dad following this? What did you do to deal with something like this?
He thought I should try again, you know him, but he didn't say a word.
Well, we appreciate the time, and things will turn around. We have a feeling.
Thanks.
That's all for this week on HRTV. Here's what's coming up next week.